Pakistan isn't what the world thinks it is. Beyond the headlines is a country hiding lost cities, forgotten civilizations, sacred volcanoes, and landscapes so extreme they feel unreal. And here's the twist. Some of these secrets aren't buried in the past. They're still alive today. This is Secrets of Pakistan. You won't believe they exist. Number 1. The Himalayan salt that isn't from the Himalayas deep in Punjab's salt range. The Khewra salt mine glows in surreal shades of pink, red, and crystal clear white. The same salt that's often marketed worldwide as Himalayan. But here's the secret. Khewra isn't in the Himalayas. It's a vast underground world with tunnels, chambers, and salt formations that look carved by light itself. The mine is often described as one of the world's largest, and it has multiple levels underground, like a salt city stacked beneath your feet. You don't need to exaggerate this place. The setting does it for you. Imagine the sound, your footsteps echoing off stone that formed millions of years ago. Imagine the color, walls that look like sunset trapped inside rock. And then the punchline. The Himalayan salt craze often traces back to this very mine in Pakistan. Number 2. Pakistan's Great Wall that most people never hear about in Sindh. There's a fortress so massive its walls stretch for roughly 31 kilometers. So large it's nicknamed the Great Wall of Sindh. It's called Ranikot Fort, and from above it looks unreal. A giant ring of stone hugging hills and valleys like it was built to contain a kingdom-sized secret. The mystery isn't just the scale, and it's the feeling that this place should be globally famous, yet it stays surprisingly quiet outside the region. Parts of it were reconstructed in the 19th century, and today it stands like a forgotten giant. People travel across continents to see long walls. But here, a wall the length of a marathon sits under open sky, almost empty, like history forgot to bring the crowds. Number 3. The City of the Dead? Bigger than a city of the living near Thatta, Makli Hill holds one of the largest necropolises on Earth. A vast city of tombs spreading across rolling hills. For centuries, rulers, saints, scholars, poets, and philosophers were buried here, turning death into an architectural statement. The monuments range from modest stone graves to elaborate mausoleums decorated with carved calligraphy, floral patterns, and faded blue tiles that still catch the light. The secret here is scale and silence. You can walk for hours among countless graves, feeling as though you've entered a parallel civilization designed for remembrance instead of survival. Some tombs are stacked close together like neighborhoods. Others stand alone, slowly collapsing back into the earth. Names disappear, doors open to emptiness, and entire dynasties are reduced to weathered stone. This isn't just a cemetery, it's proof that even the most powerful societies eventually become landscapes people quietly walk through. Number 4. Pakistan's lost metropolis from one of humanity's greatest civilizations. Mohenjo-daro isn't just old, but it represents one of the earliest experiments in large-scale human civilization. Thousands of years ago, this city was carefully planned, structured, and organized in ways that still surprise archaeologists today. The secret isn't simply that it existed, it's how advanced it was. Streets were laid out in grids, buildings followed standardized designs, and public spaces suggest coordination on a massive scale. This wasn't a chaotic settlement. It was an engineered city long before modern urban planning existed. When people think of ancient wonders, they picture towering monuments. But here lies a silent giant built for everyday life. And the most unsettling twist remains unresolved. Its written language still hasn't been fully deciphered, meaning the people of this city left behind messages we can see, but still can't hear. Number 5. A Buddhist world preserved by height and isolation. High above the surrounding plains, takht-i-bahi sits like a fortress of faith, carved into stone and overlooking centuries of history. The monastic complex was once a thriving center of learning, meditation, and spiritual life, spread across terraces connected by stairways and courtyards. The secret here is survival through isolation. While countless sacred sites across the region were destroyed or rebuilt beyond recognition, takht-i-bahi endured because it was difficult to reach. Time moved differently here. As you climb upward, meditation halls, stupas, and monk cells appear remarkably intact, still holding their shape against the wind. It feels less like ruins and more like abandonment frozen in progress, a place paused while the world below continued to change. Number 6. The Land of the Giant, a plateau above the world. Deosai stretches across the sky like a forgotten continent, rising so high that clouds feel close enough to touch. The plateau is vast and open with almost no trees, making the land feel exposed, endless, and unreal. The secret isn't just its elevation, it's its mood. For much of the year, Deosai is harsh and unforgiving, locked in snow and silence. But when warmer months arrive, the transformation is dramatic. Wildflowers spread across the plains, streams cut through the land, and the sky feels impossibly wide. Standing there, distance loses meaning, sound carries farther, and the world feels stripped down to its purest form. It's not just high ground, it's a reminder of how small everything else suddenly feels. Number 7. A lake born from disaster and turned into a miracle before 2010, Attabad Lake didn't exist on any map. Then, in a single moment, a massive landslide reshaped the valley, blocking a river and submerging entire villages beneath rising water. Roads vanished, homes disappeared, and lives were permanently altered. The secret lies in what followed. Over time, the trapped water formed a long, striking lake, its color shifting between deep blue and bright turquoise depending on the light. Mountains that once divided the valley now reflect perfectly on its surface. Beauty emerged from catastrophe, forcing people to live with both loss and wonder at the same time. It's a place where nature shows how quickly it can erase human plans, and just as quickly create something unforgettable in their place. Number 8. The mud volcano that's also a sacred confessional. In Hingol National Park, the land feels unfinished. Cracked earth, sharp ridges, and barren hills stretching toward the horizon. And rising from this harsh terrain are mud volcanoes, slowly bubbling as if the ground itself is breathing. The secret here goes beyond geology. For generations, people have approached these volcanoes as sacred spaces, believing the earth listens, absorbs confessions, and grants forgiveness. Thick mud rises, collapses, and reforms in endless cycles, creating a strange rhythm between belief and nature. The scene feels almost ritualistic, silence broken only by bubbling earth. It's a reminder that landscapes don't just shape cultures, sometimes cultures grow directly out of the land itself. Number 9. Polo at the top of the world, where the rules barely exist. At Shandur, polo isn't played in stadiums. It's played on a raw field carved into the mountains, where altitude alone turns every movement into a challenge. The secret isn't that polo exists here, it's how it's played. This version is fast, aggressive, and largely freestyle. There are fewer restrictions, fewer pauses, and far less protection. Horses charge at full speed while riders struggle for breath in thin air. Around the field, spectators gather in layers against the cold, turning the match into a cultural festival rather than a formal competition. Here, tradition matters more than trophies, and survival matters just as much as skill. Number 10. The last unknown people, holding onto a world that refuses to vanish. In the remote valleys of Chitral, the Kalash people continue to live by traditions that feel untouched by time. Their festivals, clothing, music, and rituals set them apart, creating a cultural identity unlike anything around them. The secret here isn't mystery, honestly, it's endurance. Their numbers are small, their valleys isolated, and outside influence grows stronger every year. Yet traditions persist through ceremony, storytelling, and daily life. This isn't a culture preserved behind glass. It's one actively resisting disappearance. In a world that constantly erases differences, the Kalash stand as a reminder that some identities survive, not because they are hidden, but because they refuse to let go. What you've seen isn't the past, it's the present, still breathing, still alive. But before you leave, one last surprise awaits. Click now to watch Pakistan's craziest food names, explained in 11 minutes. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. and keep exploring the strange side of our world with Oddly Abroad.